may remember last year on a program we featured the Jerusalem Artichoke, one of our native plants in the sunflower family that produces the tuberous roots that are edible. Well, we planted those in our vegetable garden, and you might remember that we told you that they can be a bit of a thug in the garden, kind of crowding out other plants and sort of taking over. Well, now we're trying to get rid of our Jerusalem artichokes. So if you want to plant Jerusalem artichokes, it's a good idea to maybe plant them on the edge of your property somewhere that hasn't had soil that's been amended with compost or organic matter, and it's not watered very much, because they can be a problem in a well-cultivated garden. Well, in our method of trying to get rid of them, we're trying to go about it without using any chemical sprays. The first thing we tried was a sheet of plastic, and we pinned this to the soil to try to snuff out the plants. And as you can see, it's kind of raised up here. Well, that's because the Jerusalem artichoke are trying to push their way up, and they're actually lifting up our layer of plastic here. You can see they're starting to be a little bit pale, and the roly-polies and things are trying to eat them, but I don't think they're going to win. So since that didn't work, we then went with a large piece of plywood here and placed that over the area to just give us a little bit of weight, again, to just kind of snuff out those plants. May have to leave it here for 2 seasons. I know we'll have to leave it here all year this year. But in the meantime, one of the things we could do would be to bring in some large containers, maybe some whiskey barrels or some other tubs, and grow some patio type vegetables and just place those on top of our sheet of plywood. But eventually we will get rid of the Jerusalem artichokes from this spot. Well, while we're here in the vegetable garden, I wanted to show you one of the neat new greens that we planted this year. This is a pak choi, or bok choy, however you want to say it. And this is a brand new variety. We got it from Johnny's Selected Seed. It's called red choy. And just look at that beautiful purplish red color in the foliage. We started the seed in the greenhouse and then set out the small transplants. And the plant is just loving the cool weather, really easy to grow. Of course, the pak choys are great for stir fries and other Asian cuisine, but the red choy here, it can be harvested when it's really tiny, little baby greens, mid-size, or even full size. Now the stems don't really get white like some of the other pak choys do. They stay sort of a light green, but an excellent new plant we like to show here in our vegetable garden. But we can cook these up or just use the colorful leaves as a garnish, maybe decorate some salads. Well, we've had some caterpillars feeding on the plants a little bit here in the garden. You can see their telltale signs where they've been nibbling on the foliage here. And if we wanted, we could treat these with some dipel dust or some other dust containing Bacillus thuringiensis, a biological insecticide. But actually these are growing quite well, that they may outgrow the caterpillars and we may not need to put anything on them at all. If you look right over here, you can see one of the culprits. Here's actually, looks like a cutworm. Since it's cloudy, it's still out and about, yeah, rolling up in a classic sea like that, like those cutworms do. But if it was sunny, this little worm would be underground somewhere. So I think I'll either go feed this to the chickens or the fish.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.